Well, Eagle Nation, we were looking for a veteran wide receiver, and I guess we got the quote-unquote veteran wide receiver. Zach Pascal signs a one-year deal to the Philadelphia Eagles.
This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike. Talking sixes in the bird gang, that's our life. Competition, we ain't scared, yeah, that's what we like. Win or lose, you know we showing up and we gon' fight. You see we strive for the sky every day that go by. And every single week we screaming fly, Eagles fly. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah.
What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. And today, we got to talk about the newest wide receiver for the Philadelphia Eagles, Zach Pascal. And we also got to talk about what Jim Nagy said. He wrote down a couple teams, position groups that will be going to Kenny Pickett's Pro Day, and the Eagles have a guy down. Now, it's not as big as it might seem. We're going to break it all down. But before we do that, Eagle Nation, help your boy out and hit that like button. Subscribe if you are new. And ding that notification bell so you know when these videos drop. Adam Schefter reported just a minute ago, Eagles reached an agreement on a one-year deal with former Colts wide receiver Zach Pascal per source. Pascal now returns with Eagles head coach Nick Sirianni. Now, I don't know if you're new or old or if you watch all the videos, but a couple videos ago, I did a video talking about the wide receivers, right? We talked about Jarvis Landry, Juju Smith-Schuster, a couple other guys. This was before Allen Robinson got picked up by the Rams, right? We talked about all this stuff. And I said, last but not least, we might get Zach Pascal, not because Philly Mike wants it, but because Jimmy Kempski did an article about Zach Pascal being Nick Sirianni's favorite player. There's just something about him. And there were rumors that if all else fails, we will get Zach Pascal. The rumors were we tried to get Ridley. We had a deal. It failed. We went to get Christian Kirk from the Arizona Cardinals. It failed because the Jags offered more. And last but not least, we did put a deal in for Robert Woods. We asked the Rams to give us Robert Woods, and they said no, right? I don't know what the deal we offered was, but we acquired. I told you we were trying to get wide receivers, right? We talked to Juju. He just denied us. And last but not least, when all else failed, Zach Pascal to the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, if you look at his career, he's a veteran. He's been in the league since 18. That will give him 4 years in the league. This is his fifth year as a wide receiver. Came into the league with the Colts, 27 receptions, 268 yards in 2018, 2 touchdowns, right? 19, he gets better, catches 41 balls for 600, 5 touchdowns. 2020, another 40-something balls, 44 to be exact, for 629 yards, 5 touchdowns. And last year with Carson Wentz, he caught 38 balls, 384 yards, 41 as his long, and 3 touchdowns. Now, look, if you're asking me, yes, no. Jarvis Landry can do more of the stuff I think we wanted as a number 2. To me, honestly, I don't know if Zach Pascal's the number 2 now, right? We know for sure Devontae Smith is the number 1. We know Dallas Goedert, even though he's a tight end, is going to be targeted a lot as well. We are looking for the number 2 wide receiver, right? Quez Watkins had 600 yards. Quez Watkins had a better statistical year than Pascal. Zach Pascal did not beat Quez Watkins in stats, yards, catches. So what are we doing? What are we really saying? Yes, it's a veteran mindset, right? He can, talk to these guys about the ins and outs, but at the end of the day, I wanted a sure number 2. Juju, not a number 1, but could be a number 2. Jarvis, not a number 1, but can be a number 2. Now, Allen Robinson would have probably competed for the number 1. Robert Woods, a number 2 to Devontae. We got a number 3. Now, I will say we need a number 3 too, because Jalen Reagor is not cutting it. Jalen Reagor's not cutting it. Now, if you ask me, in a perfect world, with what's remaining, it would have been Devontae Smith, number 1, Jarvis Landry, number 2, Quez Watkins, number 3, and Greg Ward coming in at 4. And then, Reagor's not going to get cut or traded. Well, we would love to trade him, but who's going to trade for him? He's not going to get cut because he's a first round, but put him on the back end of the bench and make him work to get in the game. Show something. Do something. But now, I believe, if the roster stays like this, first Devontae, second Quez, third Pascal. So we at least kill the bird we at least stopped the problem of having Jalen Reagor as our third wide receiver. That's the only bright side. 1-year deal. Zach Pascal, a guy who is a third man at the wide receiver around the league. That's what he is. It is what it is. Let me know your thoughts on Zach Pascal. Does that make you believe the Eagles will draft a wide receiver in the first round? Because I thought if you got that surefire second guy to Devontae Smith, first round wide receiver is off the table. But now getting another number 3, you might have to go wide receiver with one of these first rounds. Let me know your thoughts. I said might, but you might. Now, let's get to what Jim Nagy said about Kenny Pickett's pro day. Big NFL contingent of coaches and execs in attendance for Kenny Pickett's pro day. Offensive coordinators from the Falcons, the Panthers, the Steelers, the Commanders. Quarterback coaches from the Falcons, the Panthers, the Lions, the Saints, the Giants, the Eagles, the Seahawks, the Titans, the Commanders. And GMs from the Falcons, the Panthers, the Steelers, the Commanders. As we all know, Matt Ryan was traded for a third-round pick to the Indianapolis Colts. Falcons are going to be looking at Kenny Pickett, right? Baker Mayfield is still available for whatever team needs a quarterback. The Eagles will not look Baker Mayfield's way, just like we didn't look Matt Ryan's way. We're not doing it. It's Jalen Hurts or a draftee, but I don't think it's a draftee this year. I think it would be a draftee next year, and we'll hedge one of these. I don't even know, because I don't know what we're going to do with the 3 first-round picks. The draft this season is going to be so unknown, right? Now, here's why I say it's not as big of a deal as it was before, because we're only sending a quarterback coach. We're not sending the GM. We're not sending our offensive coordinator. We're just sending the quarterback coach, which is Howie Roseman doing his due diligence, saying that he at least looked and tried. That's my thought. That is honestly my thought. If we were one of the teams sending the OC, the QB coach, and the GM, I'd be nervous. If it was Shane Steichen, Brian Johnson, and Howie Roseman, or Nick Sirianni, if it was any of them combinations together going, I'd be a little bit more nervous, like, hey, maybe Howie does pull the Kenny Pickett card. Maybe he does. But with it only being our quarterback coach, first-year guy out of college, he was the quarterback, he was the offensive coordinator in Florida. He has a close relationship with Jalen Hurts. I think you're just sending a guy down there to say, what'd you think? Check that box. We checked that box. Doing the due diligence. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section when it comes to Matt Ryan being traded for a third-round pick, Jim Nagy's list of OCs, QB coaches, and GMs headed down to see Kenny Pickett's pro day, and let me know your thoughts on Zach Pascal, a guy that Philly Mike believes is a third guy, now a member of the Philadelphia Eagles. With all that being said, if you haven't done it already, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you are new, and ding that notification bell so you know when these videos drop. A little rambling today. Didn't drink no water. Kind of ran up here, but it is what it is. We out.